Welcome Capricorn and Capricorn cross watchers to your reading for this week. Hope you guys are all having a great week. Whoops. Okay. So we have the Six of Swords reversed. I'm kind of feeling here, Capricorn, that there may be something kind of earth-shaking that has happened here. It feels like there's this energy of you seeing like that you're not going to get out of something anytime soon. And I feel like that thought, interestingly enough, hear me out, the thought of looking at this situation and feeling like I'm not going to get out of this anytime soon is like the spark that you need to, I got to get out of here. And I feel like that it's almost like you might have this moment where you see yourself down the road if this situation continues, and I feel like you're just disgusted with the whole thing. It's just a like, oh God, no, this can't happen. That's the kind of energy I'm getting. Can we get... one, four... So we have the Knight of Wands here. I feel like there's somebody here that, I mean, obviously there's some rushing here, right, with the Knight of Wands. It usually talks about an energy that comes rushing in, but rushing right back out. I feel like there is somebody that comes to help, but they come in and they're trying to help, and you're looking at them like, not to be crappy here, okay, but you're looking at them like, I know that you don't know what you're doing. And you're looking at them like, could you please just finish messing up what you're going to mess up and leave so I can fix it when you go? Like, it's that type of an energy. I feel like you understand that this person means really well, but they are, and it's almost like, and they have this kind of like spark of knowledge that could be helpful, but the application of that knowledge is very rudimentary, and it's almost like you expected it to be not just unhelpful, but also, you know, create more work for you. And I feel like there seems to be a gem in what this person comes in and does that you're like, oh, okay. Like, it feels like they seem to come in and simplify something for you. And while they're like, it feels like they actually, despite seeing them as somebody that's going to come in and, you know, cause more harm than good, they actually seem to take something off your plate. And I feel like you're kind of impressed by it, and I feel like you look at them a little bit differently. I feel like you're looking at them trying to figure out, like, did they just get lucky, or did they know that the whole time? It's that type of an energy. I feel like the more you watch this person, I feel like you see them as somebody that could, excuse me, that could do a lot of good, but they seem to be running all the time. They're always rushing. And it's like, because they don't stop and kind of think, I think you see a lot of opportunities for this person to be significantly more efficient than they are. Hang on for a second here. It's kind of, so we have the Eight of Wands reversed, with the Ten of Pentacles. I just dropped a bunch, sorry. And I feel like you're looking at them, like trying to stop this person is kind of like trying to stop a freight train. It's almost like you can't even kind of get in front of them long enough to say, wait. They seem to be, it seems like whatever they're doing is so hectic and so chaotic, and it's like, and they're running. It's almost like if you didn't know any better, you would think that they're running scared all the time, but it's, excuse me, and I feel like it is fear that is driving that. But it's like, it's not fear from this situation. It's fear that was planted a long time ago, and that just seems to be the driving force for them. That's why they rush, and they seem to it's like they have these light bulb moments. They come in, they drop the light bulb off, and then they run out, right? And I feel like they seem to feel like if they don't function that way, if they don't run around that way, that they'll it's a fear of letting people down. And I feel like when you see that, there seems to be a lot of compassion that seems to flow from you to them, because I feel like I almost want to say that like you misjudged them, but it doesn't quite feel like you were judging them in the first place. It's more like you misinterpreted their driving force. And now that you see why they're doing what they're doing, it seems to be, it kind of feels like there's some pity coming from you. Feeling like, I feel like at first you're looking at them like, why are they running around like this? And then when you see it, I feel like this person kind of wants to be the hero with everybody, but they don't have, at least they haven't demonstrated staying power. And I think from what I'm seeing here, I feel like at first you can't quite decipher that, but if this person, no, that's just what I think, not what I'm seeing. So I don't know why this person has hijacked this read, but here we are. So we have the Ace of Pentacles there. They seem to be running to, I mean, obviously they're running towards something, right? There is something that they're trying to accomplish, but I feel like they are almost like they may be coming across that way, but they may actually have something very different driving them. Like, yes, there's all of that still there, but there seems to be something about money. They may feel like they're under quite a bit of pressure with respect to money. They may feel like it's almost like the difference between somebody that will, let's say they're doing DoorDash, right? And they pack up all of the groceries nice and they put it on the porch, they take a good picture, and there's a certain level of quality in that work. But then they have to like depend on tips. Whereas this person is running around trying to work as hard as they possibly can and as fast as they can. But they don't realize that in doing that sometimes it's a little bit sloppy. And I feel like, like maybe the bags are kind of thrown at the front door or something like that, right? There seems to be, and it's like, and by rushing, they're making more mistakes. I feel like you're able to understand though, that like where they're coming from. And I'm going to be honest, it doesn't really feel like they feel to you like they're a little bit of a tornado here, kind of coming in, like, if ever you watched Looney Tunes, like the Tasmanian Devil, just very, very chaotic. Okay, so we have the Hermit reversed and the Three of Wands. I feel like, oh, don't get mad. I mean, you can if you want. From what I'm seeing, okay, I feel like there is a message here that you understand how somebody else used to see you a long time ago. You know that feeling when you're around somebody that seems like you don't realize until later that they kind of grind your gears, and you don't realize till later that what grinds your gears about them is something that you yourself used to do. You just didn't see it. Right? Like you don't do it anymore. And that seems to be why it frustrates you, because you don't understand why they can't get around it because you did. But that doesn't mean that for a time you weren't doing that thing. And so I feel like you're able to understand how some things panned out the way that they did. And I feel like it encourages you to slow down a little bit. Not because you are trying to appease other people or so on and so forth. It's just you see something in somebody and you're like, oh, you know what? That seems like a harder way to live than is necessary. So you're not looking down on anybody. You're not saying, oh, I'm going to do better than this person or that person. It's more like, oh, I see this happening here. I don't want to experience that. So I'm going to make sure that I do this. And I feel like you obviously have already taken that path, but there also seems to be this element of being a lot more diligent in that aspect of your life, or that being more diligent in applying that characteristic or that action when you are planning things. And I feel like there's a message here to be careful that it doesn't, if the issue is kind of rushing through things and doing too much, I feel like there is a little bit of caution here that going too far the other way, you'll notice that you're having a hard time making decisions. And even when you make a decision, you're slow to take action on it, right? Like, so there's this balance that you will be kind of discovering within yourself. And I feel too that it may be an uncomfortable experience for somebody that is relatively self-assured. And now that's not to say like, Capricorn thinks that's so great. It's more like you usually are very sure of what you're doing and there isn't a whole lot of insecurity and doubt around it, right? You're very confident in what you're doing. So like, it's important that you balance those two aspects, right? Like you're not rushing, but you're also not stagnant. So I think I'll leave it there, Capricorn. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.